Welcome to the season finale of FM26 Season 1 here at Chelsea. We've had a very up and down season, quite frankly, haven't we? And we've performed admirably in the Champions League. The final follows later today. I do have the suit downstairs with me. We've also got the final two games of the Premier League season, which has been indifferent for us. We currently sat 7th. We could yet see ourselves finish inside the top 4, although it is unlikely at this stage. We have newly crowned champions Tottenham in our first game, so that's probably not going to go well. But then we've 19th placed Sunderland on the final day. Nobody is as of yet confirmed as relegated though at this stage, although Leeds, having played matchday 37 and sitting there on 30 points, don't look great. So we've 3 games today, and then we'll do a full season roundup, provided I can do that properly with the new UI in FM. And then we can hopefully guarantee Champions League football next year because we've beaten Real Madrid. If not, we can maybe finish in the top 4 in the league and get Champions League finished that way. If not, finish 5th and get Europa League finished that way. If not, finish 6th and get a Conference League finish that way. The board, Club Vision, here you go. They would like me to qualify for the Europa League at the moment. The board see me as a B- right now, which is actually better than I think I deserve, considering we're 7th in the league and went out the FA Cup in the quarterfinals against Brentford when we were favourites for the competition at that stage, given the nature of the opposition and other teams left in that competition. So we're going to jump into the Tottenham game with a side that just beat Liverpool by a goal to 0. So I'm hoping they can do the same to Tottenham. We have beaten Tottenham recently in the FA Cup a couple of months ago in game. So there is recent history there. Do drop the video a like if you're enjoying the save, of course. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more. Do join me live on stream as well, either here on YouTube or on Twitch or Kick. You can see Tottenham's starting lineup here in a deeper 4-2-3-1. King Lewis Potter in their forward line, which is an intriguing one. We lead. Esteval to Liam Delap. Was just reading live chat to respond to something. Was about to respond to something in live chat when I glanced up to see Esteval squaring the ball. Enzo Fernandez out wide to him. Esteval has been electric for us this season. Had a little lull with an injury. Defender's got to do better at the near post. That's really, really poor from the Tottenham man. But Chelsea lead inside 3 minutes at Stamford Bridge. It's the dream start to the day so far. Corner Tottenham. Kulusevski in, Chalobah away. There was a call in the comment section recently to replace Trevor Chalobah because he's not good enough. I might retort that by saying that Trevor Chalobah is our highest rated, highest performing central defender at the club. So no plans to sell Trevor Chalobah at this stage, to be completely honest. I don't really feel like I want to sell anybody in the starting lineup other than maybe Reece James. But even Reece James has been okay of late. Although he's out of position there to let Destiny Udogie in. But thankfully Gregor Kubar gets the save in. Malagusto's been as good as I could expect anybody to be at right back. Reece James was underwhelming at the beginning of the season. Obviously injured a couple of times throughout the season as well. But he has been performing relatively well in this season run-in so far, and is keeping Malagusto out the side at the moment because of that relatively decent level of performance. Who gets to start in the Champions League final will be an intriguing decision to have to make, but at this moment in time, the rest of the side picks itself. Although, to be fair, Cucurella or Yoral Harto is a difficult decision to make, because Yoral Harto's played very well this season as well, and Cucurella has also been decent himself. A couple of positions that may be up for grabs for the Champions League final or for next season, if there is to be a next season in this save. But the majority of the side picks itself right now. We will be starting on the left-hand side of the midfield forward 3 next season. Kenda, who obviously is out on loan at Sporting Lisbon at the moment. He's been electric for them. He's valued at well over 100 million. And will absolutely be starting where Joao Pedro is at the moment. We lead by a goal to 0, but quite clearly Tottenham are the ones on top in the game. But so far, we're just going to try and encourage and hope that we can see it through. I think COD's fallen into the trap of being the only high-performing game in the franchise, in that genre, for a long period of time. 3 minutes into the first half, goal. 3 minutes into the second half, goal. João Pedro this time setting up Liam Delap. Cole Palmer into João Pedro. Into Liam Delap first time. And first time finish as well to catch Vicario napping. Bright start to the first half. Bright start to the second half. Up the Chelsea. Goal back for Tottenham. Pedro Porro with the corner as well. Polina with the header. 25 minutes to go. We might make some changes to the ethos of the side to try and ensure that we hold on to this now, because it would be a big 3 points. It's a very good header from the corner, to be fair, from João Polina. But we absolutely need to hold on to this now. So it's time to start time wasting. Time to be a bit more disciplined. Playing for set pieces will certainly help with the time wasting aspect. Reece James has actually had a bit of a shitter here, so I'm going to throw Malagusto on at right back. Estevao is playing exceptionally well, but he's tired. João Pedro is playing well, but he's tired. Do want to make sure that we have people available for the later games. We've still got Sunderland away to come before the Champions League final against Real Madrid. We'd very much like to see through these 3 points, please, if we possibly can. Liverpool are losing to Aston Villa as well, which I think is big for us. Not sure. Who else we need to look for? Brentford. Brentford are losing to Crystal Palace as well. This, right now, as it stands, is great for our potential finishing in at least some sort of European position this season. And if we can find a third goal, then I'll be very, very pleased indeed. And right on cue is Estevao with a goal to go with the earlier assist in the game. Enzo Fernandez, creative again. And we do have ourselves that third goal. Time to waste even more time. And other results are going positively for us as well. We might sneak into a top 4 spot by the end of the day, depending on fixtures on that match day 38. 5 minutes added on at the end of the game, and it's still 3-1, a relatively comfortable scoreline for us. There is a highlight right at the death in the 94th minute, heading into the 95th. But I think, well, it's not even on I think about it. We're definitely going to get the win. It's just a matter of, is it by 3 goals to 1 or 3 goals to 2, or maybe even 4 goals to 1. Maybe 3 goals to 2 as Tottenham win it back and they go on a counter-attack, and Lucas Berrivalli's in, but he's shot that wide, and that is going to be a 3-1 win for Chelsea. Now, we were just 1 goal behind Brentford heading into this fixture, but we know that they were losing. And frustratingly, it was Aston Villa that were beating Liverpool, who are in 4th. Man City have won as well, so that is us definitely not getting a Champions League spot via the league, but we absolutely could get a Europa League finish via the league if we now win on the final match day. And quite frankly, that's all the board wanted from us this season, was a Europa League spot. You can see the league table here. So we're now a point above Liverpool, 3 points clear of Brentford, with our goal difference now more positive than theirs. So all we've got to do is beat Sunderland, who have just gotten themselves out of the relegation zone with a 2-1 win over 8th placed Everton at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. West Ham have presumably lost if they're on 28 points still. I can't even see West Ham here. Maybe they played the day before on the Saturday. They did not. Regardless, West Ham are on 28 points and are officially relegated. They're 5 points from safety. Leeds are all but relegated, and one of Burnley, Sunderland or Crystal Palace will be into the Championship next year. Crystal Palace just got a 2-1 win away from home against Brentford, which is a result that's helped us, obviously. And we need to be wary of Sunderland. They've just beaten Everton. They're obviously playing well, and they have everything to fight for. So it's not going to be a straightforward game. We're going to have to make sure that we are very much on it at the Stadium of Light. Bro scored 20 goals in the Premier League for Burnley this season, which is outrageous for a side that are very nearly getting relegated. Jamie Bino-Gittins apparently has unbelievable potential. He's only 21 as well. Have to factor in that a lot of these players at Chelsea are still so young and have so much time to peak and reach their potential this season, or in this save. It's ridiculous. Like, so many players are like 25 and under. Chelsea have got a squad for the next decade, basically. Reece James injured. What a surprise. Jesus Christ. I think I sell him just so I don't have to keep reading that one email. 3 to 4 weeks with sprained knee ligaments. There is my decision made as to who starts at right back in the Champions League. It's going to be Malagusto. I mean, it's not a very Chelsea decision to make, but I feel like I have to sell Reece James. He literally just doesn't play. He's missing so many games over so many seasons. There's no point in keeping him. I could much better use 80 million quid on someone else. Right, other than the one change for, unsurprisingly, the injured Malo Gusto. Sorry, Reece James. Malo Gusto is in for him. Other than that one change, we are as we were for the game against Spurs. Leon Gergic is the man they've got up top through the middle. That's a new signing for them in this save, obviously. Vitinho's in their midfield as well, out on the right-hand side. Enzo Lefay's in the middle at Cam. Simon Adingra on the left. Siddiqui and Chaka holding. Sunderland got a decent team. I mean, it's a surprise to see them doing as well as they are in real life, but it's also a surprise to see them doing as poorly in this save as they are. Oh, good. Joao Pedro's injured now as well. Potential foot injury in the 7th minute. Just before the Champions League final, losing a couple of first-team players is not exactly going to fill me with hope that we can beat Real Madrid, quite frankly. I need my best players fit, and losing Joao Pedro is a loss. We've not gotten even close to the same sort of output from any other forward player that isn't Esteval, Cole Palmer or Liam Delap. Joao Pedro is 4th on the goal conversion charts and performance levels, etc. That's a lovely ball to Esteval. It's a brilliant goal. Enzo Fernandez, the creative again. And Esteval, deadly as ever. Oh, checking the goal for offside. Goal awarded. Thank you. We would potentially be relegating Sunderland should we win this. You'll notice here, so you can't quite see, Burnley are beating Wolves by 2-0, which I think would indeed take them out of the relegation zone. We are currently relegating Sunderland here by beating them. Leeds are going down as well, despite winning on the final day. They're 2-1 up against West Ham, who are bottom. Crystal Palace currently are not playing, actually, weirdly. I would have thought all of the games would have been played on the same day, but apparently not. Strike well saved down low by Robin Roos. No second goal for Chelsea at the minute. We don't need a multiple goal win. We just need a win. And at the minute, we're getting that. This will be us guaranteeing 5th place in the Premier League and a Europa League spot for next season, depending on what happens in the 3rd game of the episode, which is obviously a bit bigger than this one. But we're relegating Sunderland and guaranteeing 5th, which is what the board asked of us at the beginning of the season. And if our start to the season hadn't been so poor, then certainly we would have finished in the top 4 this year. So there's definitely positive signs about the progression of this Chelsea side. And so far, we have to be happy with how things are going. I don't think an equaliser does us any favours. I'd need to have a look at the league a bit further up. Although alternatively, if they just score, then I'll be able to see anyway. Lovely solo run by Gergic, but he's fired that straight at Gregor Kubel, who will not have an easier save for a while. Highlight continues, however, which makes you wonder whether... No, never mind. Highlight has not continued. So, yeah, a point would see us still finish in 5th. Liverpool on 65 currently in this live league table. Brentford on 63. But I don't know if Liverpool have played their final game now, because I think that did show a full list of fixtures there, didn't it? Maybe it just wasn't showing in the previous widget. Regardless, there are 2 minutes to go here. And 1-0 is still very much on the edge, on the bubble. Sunderland could survive, yet still, if we don't score a second goal here. But they might have just killed their Premier League hopes and dreams for next season by giving away a penalty. Esteval, who got the first goal, is felled for a potential second. It's gone to VAR, but I don't see any issue in that. No, it did look like a pretty nailed-on penalty. Sirkin drops Esteval to the ground, and it'll be our top goal scorer and highest performer this year, Cole Palmer. He's Panenka'd his last 3 penalties. He doesn't Panenka this one. He slams it home. 2-0 Chelsea. That's us definitely finishing 5th, and Sunderland definitely relegated. Well done, lads. That's a good win for us. Saw that today was brilliant. Yeah. So let's have a look. Latest results. So Tottenham win the league by 6 points from Arsenal, who get 90 points and finish 2nd. City and Villa on 70 apiece. Then us on 68. Here we can see the whole matchday roundup. So Liverpool drew with Brentford. Fulham drew with Newcastle. Arsenal beat Palace. Burnley win 3-0 against Wolves, so I believe survive. Man United beat Brighton by 3-2. Tottenham smashed Everton. We beat Sunderland. Forest draw 1-1. City drew 0-0 with Villa on the final day. And Leeds beat West Ham, but they still finished bottom, unfortunately for them. So yeah, Burnley survived with a win on the final day. Crystal Palace also stay up because they have a better goal difference than Leeds and Sunderland. Sunderland on 33 points minus 30, Leeds on 33 points minus 26, and Palace on 33 points minus 23. West Ham were just dead and buried with a couple of match days to go, unfortunately for them. So we'll be definitely getting Europa League football next season, but with Real Madrid as the next fixture, we might twisted ankle, give an injection for the next match, then out for 2 to 3 weeks. I'm going to give Joao Pedro an injection, I think. I very, very rarely do that, but with one game left to go this season, and that game being a Champions League final, I want him fit, or at least I want him available. Even a 75% fit Joao Pedro is better than any other option I have in that position. We've been given a £30.9 million prize for finishing in 5th in the Premier League. Bonuses of £8 million shared amongst the squad and backroom staff. We've been paid £3 million for Broja and £1 million for Ugachukwu. Presumably there were clauses in their, yeah, there you go, by avoiding relegation, clauses in their contracts that we were paid or owed an extra fee if Burnley survived, which they have. Sunderland relegated. And I'm going to decline that because we are going to have Joao Pedro ready, because I'm going to give him a cheeky little injection in the ankle and fingers crossed he'll be okay to play. Receiving pain management. Twisted ankle. It's going to hurt, but if we can get him through, we can get him through. So obviously Malagusto is going to start at right back because Reece James is injured. The rest of the side, as we've said many a time, picks itself. Bit of fatigue for Enzo Fernandez and Cole Palmer, but nothing that they can't overcome. You'd like to think that the adrenaline of a Champions League final will get you through. So let's see what sort of team Real Madrid are going to line up with and just quite how good that side is. Obviously, there is no overall rating on Football Manager. It's only about the actual stats as they are. They have... Wow, okay. This I am surprised at, and I feel like it's almost a bug. They've benched Mbappe and Vinny. So, Courtois, they're playing Rudiger at right back. Hausen, Alaba and Alvaro. Beltran and Tchouaméni. Rodrigo, Gula, Leo Sauer and Endrick for a Champions League final. Bug? Question mark? That has to be a bug. Just refresh, Ben. That has to be a bug, surely. Why would they rest Valverde for Fran Beltran? Why would they put Danny Carvajal on the bench and play Alaba and Hausen at centre back and Rudiger at right back? Why would they not start Mbappe and Vinny? That's very strange. Wow. Well, this is an opportunity and a half, isn't it? With the lineup that Real Madrid have put out here. How do you even address the team ahead of a Champions League final against such an opposition? I'd just say go out and do it for the fans. Winning the Champions League would undoubtedly be the pinnacle of Chelsea's campaign, of course. We're not satisfied with just getting to the final. No, it's been a memorable journey for sure to get this far. Absolutely. I'm not going to discuss how confident I am or not. Yeah, the team will get by without Reece. Malagusto is absolutely perfectly strong enough and good enough to step in his place. Well, no Bellingham in the squad at all. Mbappe and Vinny dropped, as well as Militao, as well as Carvajal, as well as the potential for others as well. We shall wait and see if this fringe Real Madrid side can get the job done. I can't see their squad, unfortunately. What now we're in the game, or from the previous screen as well. Now we've committed the starting 11. I can't get to their squad page. It doesn't work the same as old FM with the UI. I can't go and still view the normal menu once you're in the fixture. So I'm going to leave it on attacking. We're going to go for the jugular. I mean, why would we not in a fixture like this? But I do have a feeling it's going to be very heavily Real Madrid based. But I'm not going to change my tactics. The side have played the same way almost the entire season and have been successful doing it. And the only way, or the best way to go about getting your best result is to play your best team your best way. Liam Delap with a chance after 5 minutes that doesn't go his way. We should probably go on extended highlights for this, shouldn't we really? With it being such an important fixture. First chance comes our way, or first highlight at least goes our way. But chance not taken. He's sour down the left. Chouameni caught. Benefit of the doubt for Delap there, no card. It's important to not get cautions this early on in such a big game. I think Real Madrid are probably going to play quite a heavy possession game. Rather evidently. They're not going to be very high tempo, are they? They've given that away there, though, as Cucurella has gotten underneath that one. Joao Pedro now to Cucurella and inside to Enzo. Lovely ball to Caicedo into the middle. Cole Palmer. That is Chelsea 1, Real Madrid 0 in the 17th minute of this Champions League final. And it's a superb goal as well. Given away by Madrid, who overplayed it. That first time pass from Enzo Fernandez is unbelievable. Caicedo into the middle first time as well. And Palmer arrives ahead of Hausen to nod home the early goal. Up the Chelsea. 4 minutes later, we have another highlight. We are on extended now rather than just key, so there will be more highlights that lead to nothing, so to speak. Or at least there'll be more highlights showing more of the chances. Endricks fouled Enzo Fernandez there, and he's going to get a yellow card for it as well. We just said that Liam Delap did well to avoid a booking so early. Endrick has just picked up a yellow card for his tackle there as we were trying to build moving forward. Unfortunately, we don't see anything come of the free kick in a positive position. It was a great area to try and create something. Now, I could try and sit on the lead that we have here, but against the Real Madrid side, any Real Madrid side, that's not a good idea. Regardless of the fact that they are missing a few players. Dean Housen's now picked up a yellow card as well, and this is not looking good for Real Madrid at the moment. They're dominating possession, but we are dominating match creation, or chance creation, sorry. And right now, they're on the back foot as well. Palmer into the middle, Delap nearly underneath it, flicked away, but the pressure continues here on the Real Madrid goal. Trevor Chalobah down to Malagusto. We're just keeping it away from him at the moment. We cannot afford to give the ball away in an area like that. But now here's Estevao, and he's got Liam Delap with him. He's gone for goal. It's a mistake. It's gone wide here at the Puskás Stadium. Half an hour in, though. A third of the way through. We still lead. Concerned with keeping the ball. That's going to be a yellow card for Malagusto. No, last chance. The referee is being very lenient with us. Absolutely. If that was a Real Madrid player, I would have said that he'd have gone in the book there. I think Malagusto should have gone in the book there. They're going to play from the free kick and see if they can get themselves the equaliser here. They've still got some... Let's not beat about the bush. Just because Mbappe and Vinny aren't playing, that's not to say they haven't still got some sensational footballers on this football pitch. They could absolutely win them the game. Beltran to Arda Güler, Güler to Chouameni and Carreras. No Camavinga either. Worth pointing out. Not even in the squad. Bellingham not even in the squad. Don't know if they've still got Camavinga. We did have a look at their team and that's going to be Malagusto. What are you doing, Malo? You've just been told you're on your last chance, and then moments later, you go and give away another free kick. Yellow card for Malagusto then. And obviously we don't have Reece James to call upon because he's injured. Cucurella, Enzo Fernandez, Moises Caicedo, Cucurella. And if they bring Vinny on, a yellow card for Malagusto is going to be very problematic. So lovely ball to Estevao here. And it could have been 2-0 Chelsea a couple of times through Estevao. If he'd have just squared that to a teammate waiting, we could maybe have nailed that second goal. Now, in first half stoppage time, are we going to be seeing La Remontada from Real Madrid begin? If we go in at half-time at 1-1, I think we're disappointed after the way that the flow of the first half has gone. They've had a lot of the ball, but if a lot of it has been here like this, then we're not bothered. We've had the best chances. We've scored the only goal. We're playing well. I'm going to say we need more possession, but I don't want to say anything other. I don't want to say I'm disappointed with what I've seen so far. I don't want to say something as clinical as don't get complacent, because it's Real Madrid, so they're going to know not to get complacent. I need to treat them like the exceptional professionals that they are. And so I'm pleased we've created loads, and the scoreboard reflects that. I am pleased we've created loads. If we could take some more of those chances, that would be brilliant. Camavinga is on the bench, apparently, says live chat. Camavinga on the bench, as well as Valverde. But at the minute, Real Madrid, I have now bought Camavinga on, actually, in the midfield. But they bought him on for Tchouaméni, and Beltran continues in the midfield for them. Maybe it's the formation they've gone with here that means they haven't got Valverde or Bellingham involved. But surely you can play Bellingham at Cam ahead of Arda Güler. Arda Güler is very good, and he's going to be an exceptional player. Wonder Kid given away, though, here. And Joao Pedro! It's an Alaba own goal. In the end, it looked like Joao Pedro just found the corner of his own accord, but we'll have a look. Ferland Mendy's going to give the ball away, looking for a ball inside, and read by Joao Pedro, who then looks to bend it in the bottom corner. And Alaba has topoed it over the line, which means that the initial shot must have been going wide. Otherwise, it would still have gone down as Joao Pedro's goal. David Alaba has given Chelsea here a 2-0 lead in the Champions League final in the Puskás Arena in Hungary. Are we about to beat Real Madrid? We've less than 40 minutes to try and hold on. Camavinga, Arda Güler, wild, but it's the first proper chance we've seen Real Madrid create. I am going to have to think about making changes at some point because Palmer and Caicedo and Enzo are, well, blowing already. And we're not even at the hour mark yet. And if Real Madrid have got the quality to bring off the bench that they do, I can't afford to have... Yes, they've got quality, but if they can't move well enough to use that quality, if they're too tired to perform at their best, then a player that isn't quite as good but is fully fit surely would do a better job. We're kind of up against it now. Real Madrid are really piling on the pressure, but they're still being a little bit inaccurate with their passing, but so are we. Only the one change so far, though, still for them. Although we're only 10 minutes into the second half. Camavinga for Tchouaméni at the break was the only change that's been made by either side so far. Leo Sauer looking for and failing to find Rodrigo. Camavinga to Endrick. Chalobah tackles, but Camavinga's there again. Lovely through ball. Rodrigo, it's 2-1. Disallowed goal offside. Disallowed goal offside. Is it going to go to VAR? It is. And VAR is going to confirm that the goal is disallowed because Rodrigo was beyond the defensive line. Half an hour remains. Again, it's freezing at the wrong point. I'll try and freeze it there if I can. Might just have gotten that wrong, but the defender here is leaning, but I've just missed the pass of the ball. The ball is about here. You can see the little orange above the arrow. So Rodrigo narrowly, but yes, offside. Time to make some tactical changes, I think. We're going to start to time waste a little bit. We're going to be a bit more disciplined with our creativity, and we are going to play for some set pieces. It's a method that has served us well. Enzo Fernandez is looking extremely delighted, obviously, at this moment in time. But I'll be tempted to take him off for Ruben Neves at this moment, with his fatigue being at the levels it is. Esteval's not having a great game at the minute. Thing is, do I tweak it too much? Let's try just the tactical changes initially, rather than personnel changes too. And we'll see if anything comes. I think they've made a change at right back. Ferland Mendy now playing at right back. So they've brought on Ferland Mendy at right back for Tony Rudiger rather than Danny Carvajal, which is another intriguing decision. They're starting to up the tempo now. And here's Endrick, but he's fired wide. It's been non-stop for the past 10 in-game minutes. It's just all Real Madrid. But now here we are with the ball in their final third. Cucurella driven across, cleared away. Counter-attack Real Madrid. Yikes. Caicedo's won it back, though. Working hard for the team as ever. Enzo Fernandez finds Cole Palmer. Here's Liam Delap. Here comes Esteval. Again, it's a wonderful free-flowing Chelsea move. But is it going to lead to anything? No, unfortunately. But, wow, what build-up play. Real Madrid playing it around at the back again, but this time moving forward with it much more readily. We said that they'd been a lot more attacking, a lot more offensive, a lot more forward thinking since the second half began, and that just proves it, because our second goal came from them messing about with it at the back, didn't it? They've learnt their lesson. They are keeping the ball very, very well, but the movement's great. The quality of the possession play is very good as well. Can't say that they don't deserve a goal, but Gregor Kuba with a really good near post save there as Rodrigo tried to find the top corner. Ardagula will look to deliver the ball into the middle. Ardagula's a player I'd love to see the attributes of. Here's Rodrigo into the box. I mean, Liam Delap is back here putting in tackles. That's how much the team want it. Ardagula currently is having a nightmare game, but still no sign of Mbappe or Vinny Jr. Ardagula's really good. I mean, he's obviously not Vinny or Mbappe, but Ardagula is really good. How was Leo Sauer as well? Leo Sauer is not the one. This is only his second start in the Champions League all season. This feels... I mean, it feels very buggy for me. This feels very buggy for me, but I'm not gonna say no. I think they've just brought Mbappe on. Have they number 9 up top now? Hendrick wasn't number 9, was he? Cucurella, Palmer, Delap, Caicedo, Enzo. I want to make changes to try and put some fresh legs on the field, but at the same time, I fear that making changes will disrupt the flow of the game for our team. Oh, there's Mbappe at number 10 for them. They have brought Mbappe on now. Mbappe playing on the left, coming on for Leo Sauer. Still a very highly underperforming... Oh, Leo Sauer's on the right now, so they brought Mbappe on for Rodrigo. Leo Sauer's playing well, so they've swapped wings with him. Here's Fran Beltran now, as well. Pedro getting stuck in twice. Perfectly tackled the ball, apparently, even though they both went down. They're both hurt. Beltran writhing around in agony. Joao Pedro too, to be fair, and he is injured. It looks like he's probably going to have to come off here. It's a red injury symbol, not an orange one. Joao Pedro's going to have to come off here. We're going to throw Bino Gittins on in his place. I am going to take the opportunity to bring Estevao off here as well, then, I think, and we'll throw Pedro Neto on. I'm going to take Enzo Fernandez off for Ruben Neves, and again we're going to drop Neves here into a deeper midfield position, which is where he has asked to play and where we've promised to play him. Caicedo's having a great game. Cole Palmer's having a great game. No one else really is a standout performer at the moment, but nobody else needs to be right now. 10 minutes to go, plus stoppage. Chelsea 2, Real Madrid 0. Camavinga looking for Mbappe, finding him again, and Camavinga in the box, but there's Ruben Neves. Change for Real Madrid. It's Valverde on for Beltran. Another unbelievable player joins the field of play, but is it too little too late for Real Madrid here? I bet Fede Valverde is ridiculously good as well. I would do anything to have him at Chelsea, that's for sure. Unbelievable play. Oh God, possession play has been so good in this game. If we could just find the pass and maybe a third goal. It's a brilliant tipped over the top save by Thibaut Courtois. Oh my God, how good is Valverde? Technically, actually, not as good as I thought he would be, but physically and mentally, very, very impressive. They're leaving Vinny on the bench at this stage. 2.5 minutes to go. Chalobah. I know we're messing about with it at the back. Let's not let Real Madrid back in the game, please, gentlemen. Gittins, Caicedo, Gittins. He's been tackled by Ferland Mendy. And there's Hendrick now. A little bit of pinball. I don't mind a bit of pinball. Gonzalo is on for them now out wide, so they have elected not to bring Vinicius Jr. on in this final. Gonzalo comes on the right. Hendrick, underperforming, still plays up top. Mbappe's come off the bench and not really made much of an impact either. 4 minutes added on. We're into the 93rd. I might go as far as to say, despite the fact that it's Real Madrid, that Chelsea are about to win the Champions League for the 3rd time in their history. And for the first time in my Football Manager history, I will be winning the ultimate club competition. I've never won a European... Actually, no, that's a lie. I've never won the Champions League on Football Manager. We did win the Europa League with Cambridge on FM 20 or 21. But we haven't ever won the Champions League on Football Manager. Until now. Chelsea 2, Real Madrid 0. A big shock at the Puskás Arena in Hungary. In Budapest, nobody expected that. That's the trophy we've played for. That's the trophy we will lift. I can't quite believe that. I can't quite believe that at all. Malo Gusto is the man that will lift the trophy for us here. Ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea are your Champions League finalists. Chelsea are your Champions League winners. A couple have gone full tracksuit mode as well. Everyone's doing this. Gobsmacked. Just gobsmacked. Nobody would have predicted the result. Nobody would have predicted their starting lineup. Nobody could have predicted that we would even get this far. We will, despite finishing 5th, have Champions League football at Chelsea next season. Congratulations, what a win. I mean, there's no other way to put it, is there? Unreal. I've never won the Champions League. Delighted for everyone involved. I mean, if you don't do anything when you have the ball, you might as well not have it. That is absolutely the point. Do you think Esteval can handle the current scrutiny? Oh, Esteval's fine, mate. Chelsea win the Champions League. If you haven't dropped the video a like by now, and you've not subscribed to the channel, I think it's about time that you did, don't you? I think it's safe to say we will have a second season of this Chelsea save, looking to try and win the Premier League then next season, if we possibly can. We've got big ask against that Tottenham and Arsenal duo, both getting 90+ points this season, but with the right signings in the summer, it's absolutely doable. Oh, I can't quite believe it. We win the Champions League by 2-0. Board set initial budgets for next season as well. Look out. We get 21.6 million for winning the Champions League. We've qualified for the FIFA World Cup. Or FIFA Club World Cup, sorry. Wood, one of the top English managers. Thanks! Look at me go. Wood praised by Chelsea supporters. They hated me at the beginning of the season. It shouldn't come as news to you, but we think it must be nice to see the ball publicly acknowledge your great work like this. I don't know when my contract expires at the minute. I've still got another 2 years yet. I'm not gonna request a new contract. There's no point. Chelsea qualify for the Champions League next year. Board set budgets of 92 million with a wage budget of 264,000. But we've got a lot of players coming back from loan that we're going to look to sell. The squad is already massive, so we know who, after a season's worth of experience, who we use, who we don't use, who we can afford to be without. So while Pedro, wow. Well, we put an injection in his ankle because he twisted his ankle in the game against Sunderland. He's then gone and torn his wrist ligaments. Yikes. That's going to be painful, that one. He's seeing a specialist. I was talking to him about his injury. Say, try and focus on the injury, mate. I'm not going to promise him football, considering we've got Giovanni Kenda coming back from his tremendous loan spell. They say I should rest Palmer. Well, he's going to get a rest now because that's the last game of the season. Chelsea lift the Champions League. Caicedo on form. Valverde touts Real Madrid to Fofana. Unreal. I'm absolutely blown. I'm almost lost for words because I just did not expect that. The Europa Conference League place. So Liverpool will not be taking a Europa Conference League place via the EFL Cup this season after qualifying for the Europa League. The place instead will be taken by the next eligible Premier League side instead, which is going to be Brentford then. Brentford in 7th get the Conference League spot via the league. Collective bonus of 30 million played out amongst the squad and staff. Yikes. Bonuses paid. So Kuba gets £3 million, Van Ecke gets 425 grand, and I get £300,000. I'll send you my bank details, shall I? Mudryk gets 2.5 million. Oh, sorry, we have to pay Shakhtar 2.5 million for a Mudryk clause, 2.5 million for Cucurella, 2 million for Joao Pedro, 2 million for Moises Caicedo, and 750 grand for Andre Santos. And quite frankly, we don't care. We just won the Premier League. Chelsea player named in Dream Team. Kubel, Gusto, Fofana, Chalobah, Cucurella and Caicedo all in the Champions League Dream Team. Board delighted with Club Vision progress. Apparently our commercial revenue hasn't improved and they're disappointed with that. I just won the bloody Champions League. Do you mind? Can you just, can we, how is that not improved our commercial revenue? Winning the Champions League. Be competitive is all they asked for. I won the whole bloody thing. So let's give you a full season roundup then. The Premier League, as you know, ended like this with Tottenham winning the league, Arsenal, Man City and Aston Villa getting Champions League football, as well as ourselves now in 5th, having won the Champions League. It means that Liverpool get Europa Conference League football and Liverpool get Europa League football and Brentford get Conference League football. I keep forgetting that it's not called the Europa Conference League anymore. It's just called the Conference League. Relegated Leeds, Sunderland and West Ham. Top goal scorer was... Stats for teams and players. Attacking. Top goal scorer was Erling Haaland with 24 goals in 32 appearances. Sharda got 24 as well. Broja with 21. Palmer with 21. Delat with 15 and Esteval with 15 as well down here. Brilliant performance from them. Absolutely next level. Next level. In the Championship, Leicester have won the playoffs, as you can see there. The playoff final 1-0 over West Brom. With regards to the league, Coventry top the league, so Frank Lampard brings the Blues, or the Sky Blues, to the Premier League once more for the first time in God knows how long. Southampton also promoted. Ipswich miss out by a point on automatic promotion, then lose in the playoffs. Relegated have been Portsmouth, Charlton and Millwall. In League One, it's Wigan that win the playoff final against Bolton Wanderers. In the league stage, it was Cardiff and Luton that bounced back at the first time of asking up to the Championship. Wigan, Reading and Bolton miss out in the playoffs. Bradford and Wimbledon were both promoted last year and are relegated again back down to League Two. Rotherham are down to League Two after being Championship not that long ago. And Northampton are back down to League Two as well after their promotion 2 or 3 years ago. In the League Two, it's Crawley bounced back after their relegation last year to the League One level. Cambridge, unfortunately for me, finished 9th, just 4 points outside the playoffs. I hope for better in real life. I hope for better in the realistic RTG that is going to be starting soon on the main channel. Chesterfield, Shrewsbury and Bristol Rovers all get automatic promotions. So Shrewsbury, Bristol Rovers and Crawley all bounce back at the first time of asking. Cambridge are the only side that was relegated from League One last year that don't get an automatic return to that level. At this moment in time in real life, Cambridge are the better performing of those that were relegated last year. It's the opposite in this save. Relegated to the National League are Accrington, Stanley and Oldham. Oldham came up last year. They go straight back down again. Aki Stanley, not that long ago, were League One. Notts County in 22nd is a real surprise. That's a very big shock to see Notts County down there. In the National League, it's Carlisle that get a return to League Two at the first time of asking for them after getting relegated. Forest Green and Carlisle up then from the National League as Forest Green win the Championship all told. Relegated are Altrincham, Wealdstone, Woking and Brackley Town. And moving further down into the now regional divisions here in England. National League North, it's Kidderminster Harriers that are promoted up to the National League, and South Shields lose the playoff final. Winning the league at that level was Spennymoor, and relegated are Marine, Worksop, Merthyr Tydfil and Oxford City. National League South, it's Eastbourne that are up to the National League proper. And then they'll join Dorking, who won the title by a single point from Eastbourne. Relegated were Horsham, Weston-super-Mare, Chippenham Town and Hemel Hempstead Town, who were on quite the losing streak at the end of the season and very much deserved to go down by the looks of things. With regards to Cups, FA Cup was won by Wolves on penalties. Losing to Brentford was a crime. We should have done a Champions League and FA Cup double this season. Carabao Cup was won by Liverpool. Community Shield rather convincingly won by Liverpool. Christ. And the EFL Trophy, the Virtue Trophy, or Bristol Street Motors Trophy as it is in-game. It's now the Virtue Trophy in real life, of course. That'll be adjusted, I'm sure, with a patch. Is Cardiff's. And the FA Trophy was won by South Shields, who win some silverware despite losing the playoff final this year. We can have a look at the other big leagues around Europe. So Serie A was won by Juventus by 3 points over Lazio. Napoli third, Roma fourth. We can have a look at La Liga. La Liga was won by Real Madrid with a 100-point league win for Real Madrid. But no Champions League, eh, lads? Barcelona second and Atleti third. No real surprise there then, actually, really. Villarreal in fourth, Real Sociedad fifth, and Bilbao sixth. Sevilla having actually a very decent season to finish in seventh, to be fair. League was won by, don't know. It's Stade Reims that are going to get promoted, was that? Yeah, Stade Reims coming up from Ligue 2. Lorient will be relegated. Lorient relegated in the playoff game. Paris Saint-Germain by a long way. In France, Marseille, Monaco and Lyon will be in the Champions League next season there. And in the Bundesliga, we already know, thanks to our loanee, Jackson, we already know that we're going to see the relegation playoff. Wolfsburg will stay in the Bundesliga after winning the playoff on penalties. We know that Bayern Munich won the league and they won it by a margin as well. Frankfurt in second, Bayer Leverkusen third and Dortmund only fourth. Leipzig fifth and Stuttgart, a decent performance again from them, in sixth. Mainz and Hamburg go down, and side that we've used and found favourite save, FC Köln, they survive this year. So we'll have a look at the other European trophies. So we'll have a look at the Champions League. Obviously, we won the Champions League. We know that. The Europa League was won by Porto by 3-0 over Betis. Wow, that's quite the win. And Crystal Palace won the Conference League. Congratulations to them. That's huge. Delighted for Crystal Palace for winning the Conference League. 2-1. They will play Europa League football next season then. I wonder if that's actually shown in the Premier League table. Is that reflected here? Where are Crystal Palace? Palace. Wow. They finished 17th. It doesn't actually have the little pink emblem. But Crystal Palace will have Europa League football next season. That's outrageous. Very nearly relegated, survived only on goal difference, and will play Europa League football next year. Well done, Crystal Palace. Well, that will end this first season at Chelsea. We will have a season 2 here. There might be a bit of a delay in season 2 starting to come to you in terms of video content, because over the summer we tend not to make highlights of the transfer window. I only give you the highlights once we actually start playing competitive games again. But certainly on stream, we've got the whole summer transfer window to go through. So do come and join me live on stream. By the time you see this, we might actually have already started that second season. So there may not be a delay in that coming to you. But obviously, as I record this, I'm about to go into the preparations for the Realistic RTG and Journeyman saves on FC26. And that's going to take a lot of prep. So I'm not sure how much FM I'm going to have the chance to play for the next week or so. But you'll see this in about a week from now. So for you guys in the YouTube VOD, it won't make that much difference, I'd like to think. And we may be playing FM again very soon. But we are committing to a second season here at Chelsea, so don't go anywhere. Do make sure you drop the video a like and subscribe to the channel, and you won't miss out on it. Realistic RTG to start soon. Journeyman Career Mode to start soon, if it hasn't already by the time you see this. And that will do for this particular episode here on the YouTube channel. Thank you very much for watching. Ale. Campione. Chelsea win the Champions League.